Country 92.9, number one for New Country. There's Morgan Wallen's new song. It's One Thing at a Time. 9:36. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. It's at this point on Wednesdays we present Ask the Lawyer with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And maybe today we get around to your question if you've ever asked one. If you haven't, but you've always been curious about the law, we'll tell you how to submit a question coming up here momentarily. First, I need your help in welcoming Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing just fine. And normally I turn around and say, hey, how are you doing? You are always glowing because the sun is glowing. The sun is shining. It's beautiful weather. What are you doing today?
Well, Bruce is glowing even though the sun ain't shining.
I kind of figured with your positive attitude, the weather wouldn't, and pardon the pun, dampen your spirits.
Everything's going well. Thank you, Todd.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Everything's going well in our little corner of the world, but that's not true for everybody. And here is a problematic question sitting in front of me. Are you ready to dive into today's question?
I'm ready, Todd.
Okay, here's what it says. My 16-year-old nephew, who's been living with my wife and me for the last year while his mom is overseas with the military, was struck while riding his bike and had severe injuries, including 2 broken legs, and will need multiple surgeries and rehab. The driver only had minimum insurance, and I have substantial uninsured motorist coverage. However, my insurance says he's not covered by my car insurance, even though I notified them that I had another licensed driver in my house. Can a lawyer help? It sounds like they did everything up front before the accident that they could have possibly done. Now, what recourse did they have, Bruce?
This is a typical case of an insurance company, even though it's the own person's insurance company, denying the claim. And that's why when there's a serious injury, you always need to call an experienced personal injury lawyer the first thing.
Sure.
This young man, 16-year-old nephew, was a resident relative of their home. They were, they planned ahead and they got substantial uninsured motorist coverage. And this young man, the nephew, is entitled to recover under the uninsured motorist coverage. And the insurance company is wrongfully denying the claim. We joke sometimes, and it is a joke, that the insurance company motto is, we've never met a claim we want to pay. And this would be a good example because they even notified the insurance company, hey, we've got another person now living with us. He's a licensed driver, and here's this information. And is that something that needs to happen? Well, it doesn't need to happen except when you're taking out a new policy or sometimes on a renewal.
Okay.
They'll ask you, who lives in your household, and you need to be sure you're up front. But I don't think you have an affirmative duty to report every time someone moves in or out of your house. Even
though they went ahead and took that step. So you can't blame them for not being up front, as you just said, and doing everything they could. So it looks like that with the right representation, you should be able to get the insurance company to start to play ball.
Absolutely.
Okay, but it all means getting a hold of a legal professional sooner rather than later, since he's just a kid here and 2 broken legs. We want him to have a completely normal life. That means a lot of rehab and physical therapy, and I imagine some pain and suffering thrown in, too.
Yeah, there's a lot that this young man's entitled to recover.
Okay.
And hopefully there's enough uninsured motorist coverage to take care of them.
And just a quick reminder, and it doesn't say here, we don't know, but hopefully they chose the stacking form of uninsured motorist coverage.
Absolutely, Todd. That's the most important thing someone can do when they buy insurance.
Okay. Bruce, thanks again for your help, especially when it comes to a young person like this. We appreciate your sensitivity and your professionalism and your words of wisdom.
Well, thank you, Todd. It's great talking with you. And I look forward to a challenging question next Wednesday.
Me too. Appreciate it. And say hi to everybody and have a good week.
Thank you. Same to you.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. If you would like to submit a question for future consideration, all you have to do is go to our website and put the keyword Bruce into the search box. It'll take you where you need to go. Now, if you have a more immediate pressing issue, like in this case, I would bypass that and call the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner. 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. And tell them that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.